Okay, I don't know a whole bunch about New York City, other than it's very crowded, and Staten Island is in bad shape right now as we speak. Now, I can't guarantee this. I really can't guarantee what I would do in a situation like that, but I know what I tried to do to save my little 8-month-old baby's life when I was in behind the wheel of the car trying to get him to safety when there was 4 tornadoes circling overhead. And it can get ugly. It can get ugly quick when you're trying to protect your child. It can get ugly quick. It brought out a side of me I didn't know I had. I did not know I had. If when it's you or me, it's gonna be me. If it's you or me, it's gonna be me. You may not realize that you would do that, but the mother's instinct takes over, and it's just amazing what you would do. I kind of am shocked to this day. So back to the topic at hand. You know that a disaster is coming and you need to get out of the way. I just kind of don't get it. I just kind of don't get it. I would start ripping stuff out of my house and selling it for way less than the value if I needed that for gas money to drive far enough inland to get my kids out of the way of the storm. I just kind of don't understand that. And then it really frustrated me to see there was a lady that was just so distraught, and because all of her stuff was gone, her house was gone, but some of her mementos were laying there, and she found a wedding picture of somebody in a frame that was wet and nasty, and she was all upset over her things. And I'm thinking, lady, okay, this is not very nice. I'm thinking, lady, you had 7 to 11 days to get your stuff out of there. And I'm thinking, what would I do? What would you do? Now think about it. What could you do? What if you wanted to save your pictures? And she said her pictures were everything to her. Well, evidently not, because she had like way more than a week to get them out of there. So what would you do? Well, pack your possessions that you can't replace, such as a wedding photo, pack them up in a box and ship them to your next door neighbor's cousin Harold in Nebraska or something. Ship them to some place dry, ship them to where you know somebody, someplace dry, so that you can save your priceless things that you can't replace, pictures that you can't replace. Hopefully, you could have them on CDs and you could mail them to somebody who lives inland someplace. I mean, there's just so many ways that those things could have been prevented. And for people to not have food or diapers or anything, I just don't understand that. How many other things do we spend money on and not to have food or diapers or water in an emergency, and people, digging stuff out of garbage dumpsters? You have 7 days plus to get out of the way and get yourself situated someplace else. Now, worst case scenario, not even, but let's say you're pretty sure you're going to be hard hit. You could drive from New York City to Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, someplace, or someplace away from the coast. You could drive and you could rent a U-Haul large enough to fill all the contents of a 3-bedroom house. Now, ask me how I know, because we moved the contents of a 3-bedroom house and a year's supply of food and a freezer and canning equipment and 1,000 canning jars in one U-Haul truck. All of our furniture, we had to leave very little behind. Okay, so you could fit it all in a U-Haul truck. So you could actually have brought a moving truck into that area, packed up every shred of everything you owned, put it in a storage facility in one of those states, turned the truck back in, and gone and got your family and got them out of there. There was time for that. So I'm not blaming, you know, people for their own plight, but it just amazes me when you have lead time. You better use it. You better make a plan. I feel so sorry for people to not. What did they think was going to happen? They were going to get lucky. You know, you don't want to play those games of Russian roulette with a hurricane. Don't play Russian roulette with a hurricane. Okay, not a smart thing to do, because you're going to lose. Sometime, someplace, somehow, you're going to lose. None of us wants to lose, not when the stakes are that high. I might go on to a third video. Let's see. Let me stop this thing. Bye.